So it appears that I'm still the only one on this platform that goes over JJK's weird fetish over powerful balls. But nonetheless, no one's really explained this, so I'm gonna be the one to go over the perfect sphere. So what is perfect or true sphere? It's a structure constructed by Yorozu's own curse technique known as construction. A theoretical perfect sphere would come to rest on a perfectly flat plane, but with said surface area being completely non-existent, it would theoretically be able to create infinite pressure, which is the case with Yorozu's perfect sphere. Now the actual science for this is the formula for pressure, which follows P equals F over A, or pressure equals force over area. But since there is no area, this does break the formula and it can generate infinite pressure. Theoretically, of course. Now, even if you argue that this isn't how it works in real life, or this isn't the case, it's obviously that this is the case with inside Jujutsu Kaisen. You have to remember, even though Jujutsu Kaisen does often follow our own world logic in a lot if not most cases, but this is still a fictional verse, with many stuff that does not function within our own reality. Another debunk people like to throw around is the fact that if this was truly had an infinite amount of energy inside it, how come it's not that big? Because it's obviously not as big as the universe. This argument does pretty much fall flat, just the fact that it actually is generating infinite pressure, and obviously the pressure is being concealed or restrained inside the actual perfect sphere. In fact, you could argue that the actual sphere itself is acting as an encompassing force, which could actually argue the sphere being a lot higher than it originally would be, but let's not get too carried away. So in terms of actually with the scaling, like I was touching up on, where would this actually scale? As we know, literally creating and or displaying an infinite amount of energy on a three-dimensional plane would, if you do follow Versus Battle Wiki or Character Profile Stats Wiki, would quantify the perfect sphere or the said creation to be a high universal feat. So does Yorozu scale to this? Actually, yes. Her curse technique construction is actually the same as Maki's sister's technique. The ability allows one to create almost any substance with their own curse energy. It's explicitly stated that this is their own curse energy they are using on many separate occasions when in mention of this technique. Not to mention, the actual construction of said structures actually take physical tolls on their bodies as they're using their own curse energy to construct them. With this being the case, Yorozu does meet the requirements for high universal, as she is displaying an infinite amount of energy on a third dimensional plane, as she also scales through her own abilities via her own cursed energy. Not to mention that they actually physically amp themselves with their own cursed energy, so you could argue the fact that she would even have an infinite amount of cursed energy to construct said structure, that she would actually even amp herself infinitely, which would also grant her high universal as well. So this is consistent to her body also taking the physical tolls as mentioned prior from constructing these structures. And that'll be all, guys. It's a short and simple video, just not too much to go over. It's kind of blatantly stated in the manga and just a little science data. That being the case, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join the Discord links in the description below. And if you have any donations, my cash app will be on screen right now. And mind you, you don't need to donate, it just helps the channel, and it's always nice to have for a little extra money in the pocket. And that'll be all. Mr. Crafty, out.